boys and girls, and welcome to CKLA Skills Lesson 1.5. Our learning targets today are, I can read consonant sounds, so we're going to review the consonants we've learned so far. I can dictate words using different spellings, and I can ask and answer questions about the key details in the story, The Big Dig. Let's review our consonant sounds. Our first letter that we're going to review is the letter S. I want you to write the letter S in the air and make the S sound. Now you notice your teeth are almost put together. You're making the S sound. All right, trace and make the sound with me. S. Read the word sun. The next letter that we're going to review is the letter Z. Now this one is a little harder to make. So when you trace the word, let's trace the word on an object, like use your leg or use your table that you're sitting at, and we're going to trace the letter Z. So trace the letter Z while making the Z sound. It's really close to the letter S and the sound that the letter S makes, but we're going to put more of a Z to it, kind of like a buzz. Okay, so let's trace the letter Z and make the Z sound. Z. The word is zip. Now we're going to put our lips together and make the sound that the M makes. And it makes the sound, almost like when something tastes good. You make the sound. So let's trace the letter M. And let's make the sound. The word is mad. The next letter that we're going to review is the R. We're going to make the sound. It's almost like a grrr. So you're going to leave this as an unvoiced sound, so your mouth is not completely opened, and we're going to make the sound while we trace the letter R. The word is red. Our next consonant sound is the letter W. We're going to put our lips together and almost make a tight O, okay? We're going to trace the letter W while making the sound. The word is wet. Our next consonant, which is sometimes a vowel, but here it's a consonant because it makes the E sound. Now your mouth is almost making like a smile when you make this yee sound. So make the sound yee with me. We're going to trace it and make the yee sound. Ready? Yee. The word is yes. The letter X is one of my favorite. This letter makes, it's almost like the K and the S together. It makes the sound X. Make the sound X. Let's trace the letter X while making the X sound. X. The word is tax. Now our last combination, Q always comes with U. When you see Q and U together, they make the qu sound. They'll always be together. They're like king and queen. Okay, so the Q and the U we're going to trace while making the qu sound. Let's trace it. Qu. Q and U make that qu sound together. The word is quit. Now we're going to do some chaining. You will need a pencil and a piece of paper. If you need to pause the video and go grab a pencil and a piece of paper, do that now. The first word that we're going to write is the word rat. Write the word rat. Touch spell it. At. Write it. Check for correctness. At. Now we're going to change the ending sound and make the word rang. Rang. A. Ng. A. Ng. Check for correctness. Now we're going to change our vowel and make the word ring. Ring. R, I, ng. Ring. Great job. Change the word ring to king. K, I, ng. King. Awesome job. Change the word king to sing. S, I, ng. Perfect. Now change the word sing to zing. Z, I, ng. Zing. Great job. Change the word zing to wing. I, ng. Remember that I makes the I sound, or the I makes the I. W, I, ng. Wing. Super job. Now we're going to drop that G at the end, and we're going to make the word win. Win. I, n. All right, our next set of chaining words are going to start with I, e, s. Write the word yes. I, e, s. Yes. Super job. Change the ending in yes to yet. I, e, t. Change the beginning sound in yet to set. S, e, t. Set. Super. Now change the vowel sound to I. S, I, t. Sit. S, I, t. Sit. Awesome. Okay, last two words. We're going to change sit to six. S, I, x. S, I, x. Six. Awesome. Now let's change the beginning sound in six to m. This makes mix. M, I, x. Mix. Check your answer. Now you are going to write the last words, these last three words, on your own. I say it, you say it, touch spell it, write it. The first word, mud. M, d, mud. Hug. G, hug. Sun. N, sun. Pause the video. You can check your answers on the next slide. Check your answers for correctness. Now we are going to look through your packet and find the worksheet 5.1 that's titled The Big Dig. Remember, that title gives us an idea of what the story is going to be about. Think about digging. Think about your last story that you read. They dug up something really important. They dug up a phone. This story is going back to Nan, Kate, and Max going out to a cliff. Now we're going to read the story together, so follow with me and read along with me. We're going to find out what happens while they are at the Big Dig. The Big Dig. When we went back to the cliff, the bone man was there with some helpers. They had scraped the side of the cliff to expose a lot of the T-Rex. So, will you dig out all of the bones here on site? Asked Nan. No, said the bone man. The next step will be to cut this cliff up into large blocks of rock. Then we will wrap the blocks in plaster. The plaster will keep the bones from cracking. Then we will use a large crane to set the blocks on trucks. Then the trucks will take them to my lab. Once the blocks are there, we will start digging the bones out of the blocks. What sort of tools do you use for that? Asked Nan. We use tools a lot like the ones dentists use on teeth, brushes and sharp picks. Kate and I use forks, said Max. How long will it take to get all the bones out of the rocks? Jake asked. Well, said the bone man, we've got a lot to do. It will take some time. Will you be finished by the end of the summer? I asked. No, said the bone man. You and Max will have to visit next summer. Perhaps the summer after that. So, the bone man said, have you picked out a name for this T-Rex? Yes, I've picked one out, I said. All of the diggers stopped digging and looked at me. I said, this T-Rex will be named Max. Or, if you like, T-Max. All of them cheered. Max and Kate smiled with pride. Now you are going to achieve that last learning target. You're going to ask and answer questions about key details in the story, The Big Dig. Use the story that we just read and answer the questions on page 5.2 in your packet. Remember, use your highlighter and find the answers in the story. Use that text evidence. Find the answers in the story. Good luck!